Hello and welcome to Java with Jim. I'm Jim Reese, Director of Business Development at Offit Kurman, and I'm joined here today with Matt Ruck, CEO at XOP.ai. Interesting name for sure, so can't wait to hear all about it. Matt, how you doing today?
Doing well, Jim. How about yourself?
Doing great. So Matt, tell us about XOP.ai. What do you do there? And what makes your company different from other companies that are in the same industry?
Sure. Thanks, Jim, and thanks for having me. So, we are an automation and AI firm. Basically at the end of the day, I believe that crossroads in terms of IT. I think that artificial intelligence is a transformative technology for businesses. I think it is as important as the Henry Ford and the assembly line. Okay. And what I aim to do is to help small and medium-sized businesses implement these technologies in a way that's very cost effective, practical, affordable, and trustworthy. And so that's what I do. I love my job. I love getting up in the morning because effectively I get to help educate executives on what the possibilities are and how we can make their firms better.
Yeah, and along those lines, Matt, there's everyone's consuming a whole lot about AI, but I think the viewers would probably like to hear more about the practical AI uses for small to mid-sized businesses. What can you
Sure.
share with us?
Sure, and that's I think where we specialize. I think that all too often folks think of very complicated use cases for AI, in the business intelligence space. And I have to tell you, there's a lot of low-hanging fruit that every business could implement today. So, for example, one of the things that we do is we implement chatbots, and these chatbots run inside the Microsoft ecosystem, predominantly in Microsoft Teams. And use cases that are very practical are implementing chatbots for HR self-help, so people can self-resolve their own IT issues instead of pinging the HR department with these queries. AI can be trained on your data, on your private data, and done so in a secure way, so that we can offload HR support and free up the HR team to do higher value activities that the robots are not capable of doing, right? Same thing with IT. There's a gigantic use case for IT self-help. So again, enabling end users to self-resolve their own IT issues before it hits a human being. And then that frees up the IT department to work on higher value activities. And then general knowledge management. So getting processes, procedures, pricing information. We can use AI to efficiently connect people to your organization's data and intellectual property. And so what my people do is they spend a lot of time, frankly, interviewing business leaders, cross-departmental, and figuring out what's important and what are the things that we can get out of individuals' minds and systemize and put into the system so that that information can be shared and used by all.
Thank you for the explanation. It certainly makes perfect sense. So Matt, when it comes to XOP.ai, what are you most proud of?
Well, I think what I'm most proud of is that we are enabling our customers to maintain their competitive edge in the future. And again, I believe this to be so transformative that you're going to be able to tell 2 years from now, 3 years from now, we can look at firms and identify the ones that made smart investments in AI over those who have chosen not to. So what I'm most proud of is that we're getting customers heading in the right direction and creating a strategy, creating an AI and automation strategy and roadmap so that they maintain their competitive position in the marketplace.
Yeah. No question that I think we all would agree that this technology is moving so fast. So with that said, what do the next 6 months look like for you and XOP.ai?
We're all about scaling our operations at this point. I don't believe that I really have much in the way of competitors in the marketplace, and we've got a full pipeline. There's a lot of interest, and so for us, it's going to be about figuring out how to make demand. Frankly, we're also spending time learning more and more about Microsoft's AI. Most of organizations, at least here on the East Coast, tend to be Microsoft 365 shops. Microsoft has released Copilot. We're doing an awful lot of consulting on implementing Copilot within organizations, and educating again the business community on what's possible there. So those two areas: scaling operations and bolstering our Microsoft AI practice.
Yeah, makes sense. All right, so Matt, what do most people watching this video not know about you?
So I would say a couple of things. My nerdhood also traverses to collecting old U.S. currency. So I have quite a numismatic background, grading coins, that kind of thing. And mostly just U.S. coins. I actually own a pine tree shilling, which was the very first coinage minted in Boston by the colonials before we were even our own country. I've got 5 kids. I've got 4 daughters and 1 son, so we're outnumbered quite a bit. And we split time between Maryland and South Carolina, and so we love both places and spend the majority of the summer months in South Carolina.
Sounds fabulous. Well, Matt, thanks for spending time with us, and thank you for sharing all this information about xop.ai, and we look forward to seeing you sometime soon.
Thanks, Jim. Thanks for having me.
All right, take care. Bye.
You will. Bye now.